Oh yeah, why I make this video, right? Obviously I want to talk about this specific athlete and entrepreneur, Nick Bear, right? 2023 just keeps getting crazier and crazier, and ever since 2020 has entered the world, things has gone out of control. Like things just keep getting crazier and crazy and crazy. I see like a lot more like normal things like doesn't happen. A lot of things that I never predicted. It just happened. This is absolutely nuts, man. Like I couldn't believe what Nick Bear just did in a marathon just 2 weeks ago. Sorry I'm making a late video. I'm just too lazy to upload and all stuff, and I have issues, but yeah, I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to congratulate Nick. Like this is a positivity video, right? This is an accomplishment. And I don't think I can beat him, honestly. If you don't know who Nick Bear is, you just look at his size. He looks really huge. And I'm letting you know he's a very, very strong athlete. Like he is way stronger than me and faster than me. Like he's much stronger. Like this guy is very serious into athlete stuff, and he's an entrepreneur and he has so much success. I heard a lot of people say that he takes PEDs and drugs and all this stuff, but I think he put in more hard work, right? I have no idea like how the hell he does this kind of achievement. So Nick Bear told me say that he's gonna sub a 2:4:45 marathon, but he just sub a he not only sub a 2:45 marathon, he sub a 2:40. He ran a marathon in 2 hours 39 minutes and 20 seconds. Like he originally planned to be a sub 3 hour marathon, but in just less than three freaking years, he beat his record by 20 minutes. He went under 3 hour mark by 20 minutes, and I feel like he's only going to get better from here on. So the reason why I like his accomplishment is not only work hard, but it's going to encourage a lot of people, to get out their comfort zone no matter like what. I know life is, fucking shit sometimes, but, no excuse. Just because you're big, I see that a lot of typically, people who run like over 20 miles, they're like very skinny like me. But then you see a bodybuilder, that can actually run, like ultra marathon too. Nick Bear does even 100 miles, so which I have never done in my life. I only ran up to like 60 or maybe 70 miles at most. No, I did 62 miles this year, and it was brutal, but but my longest run for 2023 is actually 22.5. Why is that? Is because I would have never got there if none of you guys make this accomplishment, especially Nick Bear. He motivated me, I never got past the 20-mile mark when it comes to longest is running like nonstop, but I did stop and run, but I kept my average pace over, under like 9 minutes per mile, thanks to Nick Bear. And I took less supplement too, so. And plus, like, I wasn't 100% that day too, because, I have to spend, obviously, working 5 hours at Amazon. After 5 hours work at Amazon, you know what Nick Bear did to me? I could have ran nonstop a marathon if I wanted to, but I do not want to hurt myself because we're almost in the holiday, and 2020, we ain't even get over with 2023. And this thing happens, right? And I'm going to go to beat my record, and I'm not going to tell you what it is because it's spoiler alert. Maybe I'm not going to beat it, but I probably will beat it. This year is just insane. Like, everybody's like beating their records. Like, this is nuts, bro. Kelvin Kiptum almost broke a 2-hour marathon. Like, woman gets faster. Everybody gets faster. Even people with special disability, they get faster too. So I think human has no limit, guys. You telling me, like, yeah, there's no reason to be skinny anymore. You can run 26 miles just fine, right? And still sub a 3-hour marathon. God dang it, man. This guy sub a 2:40. He only wanted to do 2:45, but no, he go for 2:40 as well. Like, it happens on accident? No, it did not. Guys, he went from a 248 to under 240. Guys, you know how much improvement that is in just a little over like almost 2 years? Nick Bear ran every 5 kilometer like more than 1 minute faster. Like even 1 minute fast in a marathon, it's kind of a lot already, but doing it for every 5K is like nuts. If you don't, guys, just listen. If you don't know how fast is a 2 hours and 39-minute marathon or a sub 240 marathon is, if you don't know how fast it is, just put in this perspective. That's a 6:05 minutes per mile pace. If you want to beat that time, beat Nick Bear in a marathon, you're gonna have to run a mile in about just over 6 minutes. You're running 10 miles per hour for almost a marathon, for almost, you know, like over 2.5 hours. And yeah, most people can't even run that marathon. Like even I cannot do it, right? If I'm lazy and do it, I'm lazy and never motivated, like I cannot even hold this for even a mile. Like I had like 10 years ago, like I can only last that for like 1 mile and my body will give up already. This guy does it for like insane amount of mile, 26 times more. Insane. But yeah, you know, like with enough practice, maybe I can hold it for I don't know how long. But even 2 years ago from, you know, today, you know, like my worst race, like I couldn't even run under a 19-minute 5K. I couldn't even get under sub 19. This guy subs a 19-minute freaking 5K 8 freaking times, over 8 times, man. So let me put perspective. 239 or sub 240, to order sub 240, to order get like 239, 20 seconds to beat Nick Bear or faster, you have to run, you know, 6:05 minutes per mile pace, running every kilometers in under 3:47. It's a 3:46 per kilometer, and running every 5 kilometers sub 19 minutes, which equates to like an 18:53, 18:54. If you run an 18:54 5K, like you're almost in first place already, guaranteeing the 5K. But you go to a marathon, you're gonna have to do it 8 times just to beat a bodybuilder that isn't even fully developed yet. I know Nick Bear's gonna sub 230, and I'm not even joking about it. I know he will do it. This man's unpredictable. This is why everybody's scared of future, because it's full of unpredictable, man. Like you just don't know your limit. And I wouldn't be surprised if Kelvin Kiptum just break a 2-hour marathon, just to be off topic, just because Nick Bear sub a 240. Well, he's less than 40 minutes away from Kelvin. Well, Kelvin Kiptum is a lot skinnier. That's why, you know, it tells me that, you know, you don't have to be super skinny and super, you know, massive dieting just to run a marathon. You don't have to do any of sort of like that, right? Yeah, I see people do like Ironman and all that stuff, but hey, I will go for it, man, just to show how tough I am. But yeah, you know, if I'm acting too arrogant in this video, cool, you know. Well, why don't you compare me to Nick Bear? Like, yeah, people know that Nick Bear will definitely beat me easily, man. Like, he'll beat me in the jog. Yeah, so stop comparing yourself. That's the message I want to send to myself. And stop making stupid excuses, okay? And this guy is literally more than... This guy is about 200 pounds, or maybe less, maybe like 180 at least, maybe 185. And this guy is about 50 pounds heavier than me, and he runs, and he is insanely strong. And this is a guy you don't want to mess with, man. Right? Go ahead, run the 6-minute mile pace, and you barely gonna beat his marathon PR, man. Average speed, Nick Bear. You barely will beat this guy. I'm telling you, man. Like these athletes are very insane when they're entrepreneur and stuff. So in the future, maybe I will be meeting Nick Bear. Who knows, man? Maybe I'll meet top runners and stuff. I see a lot more people now subbing a 3-hour marathons and stuff. right? If it wasn't for, you know, this van stuff, hey, you know, like, I'll give you a secret, you know, like how to run a marathon, right? A quick secret. So to avoid, you know, a lot of people tend to bunk like mile 18, mile 20, but make sure you have enough carbohydrates and all that stuff. If you eat a lot and feel a lot, you know, and then when you run to a marathon, then you're not gonna bunk so easy, but do drink some water, you know, so that way your muscle doesn't get cramped. I see people can, you know, non-stop do like 30 miles, 40 miles. I mean, I will get there, you know, like I know I can get there because you know that I get tired from, you know, from Amazon, and I still, you know, do a light jog, you know, under 9 minute mile pace, like for 22.5 miles. So yeah, that's technically a marathon already. So yeah, but where an average person, they just don't go work, they just rest all day and they still bunk at mile 18. So yeah, this is absolutely nuts, man. Absolutely. You know, last time Nick Bear ran a marathon at Buffalo's, he only ran like a sub 20-minute 5K, but now he's running sub 19 minutes, you know? 19. So before I ended off the video here, I wonder how fast Nick Bear will run a mile. I know he runs a sub 5-minute mile for sure. That was like over 4 years ago, you know? Almost 4 years ago, so yeah, his mile time is probably at least 4:50 or maybe under that. Yeah, because maybe if he's an endurance athlete, maybe he'll be like in the high 4:50s. But, you know, based on calculators, some calculators say that, you know, by running a sub 240 marathon, he'll probably run a 5. I'm predicting that Nick Bear will probably run a 5K around 16 something, maybe like 16:30, 16:40. I see a guy who just run just as fast as him, and I look his 5K is like 16:20s-ish and something like that. So usually your 5K to your mile time is about 90% difference, just like, you know, mile to like 800 meters, always like a 9% difference, you know, top of 10% difference when it comes to speed. So yeah, so if you run like a 16-minute, you know, 5K, your mile time is probably somewhere in the high, at least 14:50, between like 4:45 to 4:50. So Nick Bear will probably run a mile, you know, just around like just over 4:40, maybe a few seconds over 4:40. I'm talking about maybe the 4:45 range. So yeah, if Nick Bear runs a mile, his damn mile is gonna be faster than my 800 meters, and this is embarrassing, man. Well, this is why you can call me, you know, a garbage runner, a garbage person. You can call me that because I can lose to Nick Bear, you know, carrying 50 pounds more than me, and he'll still beat my 800 meter time. His mile time is faster than my 800 meter. I honestly said that too, you know, for the sake of it, just because he runs a marathon under 240. That's what it takes, you know. Maybe you probably have to run a mile under 450 just to get, you know, sub 240. That's how fast you have to run a mile. That's just in my opinion, right? Maybe you're wrong. You can call me wrong and stuff, but if you're like run like Eliud Kipchoge, if you run like super long distance, then maybe you don't need to sub 450 for a mile just to break a 240 marathon. Maybe you don't need to, yeah, because you know it's a 605 minutes per mile pace, but that's still fast for a sub 5-minute mile. I remember I ran sub 5-minute mile before, and I barely can hold that for, you know, 10K. Yeah, but if I run a little bit longer aerobically, maybe I can last for 20K. So at most, you know, subbing 5-minute mile. I know 450 to, I know like getting under 450 is much harder than subbing a 5-minute mile. I know 450 miles is really tough. So yeah, I think my average, you know, 800 meter time is like somewhere between 225 to like 222. So yeah, not breaking 220 anytime soon, but on, you know, on emergency day, if I ran like, if it's like emergency, maybe I can get like sneak in 220, like 219 or 218, whatever. I'm ending off this video. You know, predicting about Nick Bear compared to me. That's my thought. Bye.